Hello and welcome everyone to episode whatchamacallit of The Long Voyage. No, you did not miss out on the intro music. We've had sound issues, or rather I've had sound issues with the recording, so this particular week is going to be sans intro music. That said, we are in fact all here today. Everybody is present and accounted for, which is, well, yeah, that's a good thing, obviously. And I think I'm just gonna, randomly toss the ball across the playing field and see who randomly catches it. Oh, it was Chris. Could you do a recap?
Yes, sorry, I had to rush off. Literally, as soon as you started the recording, someone below shouted that dinner was ready.
Okay.
So, what happened last time? We escaped the fiery carnage we unleashed at the settlement on the hill, whose name I keep forgetting in its traditional new form.
The traditional name for it was Balaknoch.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. I will.
City that is no longer at the hill.
Yes, this is the former city on the hill. We met up with our allies after some sneaking about. We decided to go our separate ways, which is a shame because I was looking forward to getting to know them better. But I'm sure we will see them later on in the campaign. We decided to make our way along the vague direction of CharismaToAC, the capital of the Green Shores, in order to cause further mischief, or at least just to take stock of our situation there and make our way wherever we would from there. Along the way, we had some excellent role-playing in dealing with Gulfi grappling with his guilty conscience over the things we have done, and about mostly Ulva and then partly Sindri trying to sort of, help him come to terms with it and share their own experiences. Bargy and Frothy both decided that they needed to basically be... They decided that Gulfi was far too much of a wimp and that they needed to toughen him up. So basically they're going to be behaving like your typical High School Musical bullies to him for the rest of the campaign.
It's going to be... It's not... How do you put this? It's good cop, bad cop, except there's no good cop.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll find we're both the good cop. Just
in your own
a
mind.
world with alternate morality.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Which is this world?
I'd say that sounds dangerously like a certain modern political climate in a certain large country we all know and somewhat dislike. It's not being evil, it's having alternative morality.
Yes.
Dear God. Anyway, where were we? Oh, speaking of dear God, Frody and Sindri decided to go on a little sort of scouting mission ahead and came across a mound, a sacred mound, upon which lay a slab. And upon the slab lay a man in considerable agony, considering that he'd had his knackers removed. By we assume the Druids, for, again, we assume the crime of being an abomination. Yes. We decided... Not only did we decide to send the poor soul on his way to his powers, we thought we could probably take advantage of the situation and make hay, basically, and scry his fresh corpse for a glimpse at what lay in our future.
It was a particularly gruesome scene, may I add.
Yes, but we did it without flinching, because we are Southlanders and we're used to this kind of thing. And Frothy got given a veritable cornucopia of vague and interesting imagery which related to our journeys.
Yes.
Including
it probably, I just need to interject here, it probably bears saying, just so that every listener out there is absolutely sure of this, when we use a word such as abomination in this case, it is in no way reflective of how any of us see that issue in real life. This is a fantasy setting which is brutal, unforgiving, and horrible, and consequently, they have, let's just say, this world is populated by a great deal of homophobic assholes.
And considering that in the past episodes of past campaigns, we have made it quite clear that everyone in this group does represent that.
But somebody might be, listening to this who hadn't heard that previous episode. So, just to be on the safe side. Anyway,
that's true.
Yeah, sorry. Please.
That's fine.
Going.
And yes, the most important image that was, I say the most important. The image that stood out to me personally the most was the image of a red raven, which is something that has been mentioned before, that Buggy has been sort of told to look out for over CharismaToAC, and we saw CharismaToAC in flames because, we can't ever escape from burning settlements. We are doomed to see this over and over again until we die. We reported all this back to everyone, of course. Buggy was very interested once he'd finished telling everyone where he could find a story about how massive his cock is. And then we continued the rest of the journey, finally made it to CharismaToAC, and despite a slightly awkward conversation with one of the guards at the gate, who was in charge of keeping the peace, basically told us, please keep the peace or we'll be trouble. No, it's not, Buggy. You can keep saying that as loud as you like, it doesn't change it. And we made our way into the city. I think last we'd left off, we were preparing to... I do believe we were preparing to head to a tavern. I can't remember the name of it, but we were meant to go to a specific... Wounded Stag, that was it. To a particular tavern, so that, as I believe I said, we could start this session as how most fantasy settings start out, where we're in a tavern waiting for things to do.
Well, you're not, strictly speaking, in the tavern quite yet. You are standing in front of it, and I shall pop you guys over to a new image.
Yep.
It is raining slightly, should I say, at this point. I mean, you are in Tearglass. It rains a lot.
Yep. Oh, lovely. Look at that. I might just mute for a bit while I have my dinner.
Yes. And the picture was, whoever drew this was even so nice as to include some ravens at the top. So, an easy sell. So whoever the artist of this image is, thank you very much for providing us with an excellent background image.
Okay, guys, what are we going to do?
That's a good question.
We should probably enter said tavern.
Okay.
Yes. Well, you do. You enter the tavern. There's a common hall, a common room when you enter, with actually probably fewer people than you would expect. It isn't exactly packed. There's a somewhat decrepit-looking man by a table with barrels and clay jugs of presumably of alcohol of various kinds. And there's a what's it called? There's a huge pot bubbling over an open hearth. That actually smells rather nice. And other than that, there's only something like 7 or 8 people in here, apart from the man you kind of have to assume is the proprietor.
Well, Maggie looks for a table to sit at.
Yeah, that's not hard to find. Most of the tables are rather, they're not small private things. They're long tables, more than anything. But they, as I said, there aren't that many people in here, and those that are here, for the most part at least, seem to know each other. So they are already gathered around, the end of one of the 3 long tables in here. You can easily sit down at one of the others and have complete privacy without, any difficulty whatsoever.
Cool. Well, that's what at least Baggy does. He walks to one of the tables.
Yes. The the man behind the bar looks towards you at one point and goes, and he upnods you, sort of to say, I'm on my way, and he picks up a large tray, and on his, he puts it on the table next to yours. He's probably gonna, remove some of the jugs and mugs left over there from whoever was there before you. But yeah, he comes over and nods to all of you, and politely and in passable Southlander, let's put it that way. It's not perfect, but at least he makes the effort. He says, "Welcome to the Wounded Stag. How may I be of assistance? What could I get for you, gentleman and lady?"
Something to drink, please.
Absolutely. Something strong or simply beer?
What do you think?
Both.
Good choice.
And he looks to the rest of you. See if you want something as well.
Same.
Indeed.
Same.
Indeed.
Just beer for me, thank you.
Very well. You shall have the finest I have. It is rare for me to have guests from so far away. He heads back, and as I said, he empties some of the used things from the table next to you guys, and on the way back, and then he gets at first it looks like he's going to get some mugs and fill it with beer. Then he thinks better of it, and he looks down towards you guys, and he takes a small barrel. It's not a full-size barrel, but it's a small one, and carries it over to the table, and looks at you all and says, "I figured it might be easier this way."
I agree. Seems like the sensible choice.
Yes, consider it.
Excellent. And he quickly brings some mugs as well, of course, so you have something to actually drink from. And then a little moment later, he brings what you can assume. Well, it doesn't actually look like Wishkava. You've had that before, and that's sort of a brownish liquid. This is clear like water, except when you smell it, it most definitely is not water. It's strong enough that it makes people's eyes water, however.
God, it sounds like a white spirit.
Pretty much.
Does he want us to go blind?
You can ask him what it is.
Well, Sindri's not having any of it. He's having beer, so he wouldn't know. But someone else could do it.
I think Baggy waves him over.
Yeah, he comes over. Yes.
What is this stuff?
It is made from, it's made from a few things actually, but primarily it's made from beetroot. There's a lot of sugar in it. It distills very well.
I like it.
Yeah, it's it kicks a harder punch than you might think at first. Just give it a few moments, a couple of breaths after you've swallowed the first, and you will feel the warmth spreading, and after you've felt the warmth spreading for about maybe 4 or 5 breaths, you'll feel the burning. That'll pass. Then have another.
I shall do so. And
He
then
smiles, yeah. And you taste it, I take it?
Yep.
Yeah. To say that it really is, it's kind of sweet when you get it into your mouth at first. And then it really does start to warm your whole mouth and then your throat and, your chest, this warm, nice feeling spreads. And then, just as you sit there and you can feel the smile spreading on your face, it's this, holy shit, what the fuck is this? Imagine somebody who's used to drinking only beer having schnapps the first time. That's pretty much that is pretty much the reaction you would get. This is the equivalent of pochine, as it's called. It's about 60%.
Baggy nods appreciatively and then looks at the others. You have to taste this.
All right.
It does, and that's the thing. It does actually taste nice.
Somebody takes one look at Balgi's reaction and says, "I really don't."
Well, that's not a wuss.
So you taste it, and yeah, you have pretty much the same experience.
I'll keep you warm.
Yes, in those cold, lonely nights, Sindri.
I like cold, lonely nights.
Yes.
That
Well, I
explains
think you
a
do.
lot.
It does, doesn't it?
The
Interesting hunting weather.
there are a couple of locals in here, as I mentioned, about 7 or 8 other people. And they do pay a good deal of attention to you once you've started, once you're drinking and so on. I mean, obviously, you are most definitely, very, very clearly not local.
Humbug. We could fit in anywhere.
If only we believe that.
You could fit in anywhere. It's just a matter of giving Uva enough time with her hammer before, then she'll make room and you will fit.
Or
Yeah.
just flatten them a little.
So, yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Well, assuming the... Oh, sorry, did you say something, Chris?
Yes, he's saying, "Oh, Barley, since we seem to be drawing some attention, perhaps you'd care to entertain the locals."
Yes. I rather think I will.
Oh God, no.
Baggy rises from his chair and walks over to the locals.
Well, they
damn it.
give you their full and undivided attention.
Greetings!
And to
He
you,
says
stranger.
in Glass.
Yes. And to you, stranger.
Mind if I sit down?
Please, go ahead.
He sits down.
Like they dare say no.
Exactly.
Name's Baggy.
Good to meet you, Baggy. Says one of
Good to
them.
meet you, sir.
My name is Finn.
Finn. Good to meet you, Finn.
And one of the others looks up and timidly sort of, he's kind of intimidated by the the size of you, but he gives you a name as well, and little by little they all present you with a name.
And as soon as they've done that, and I think Baggy launches into a tall tale, one of his, about an attack on a fort. He leaves out the details, but he tells a story of a fort he and his compatriots infiltrated and sacked.
Yes.
Yes.
Against absolutely insurmountable odds, I'm sure.
Hundreds of enemy soldiers.
At the very least.
Yes, and a few dollar hands as well, and
Yeah, a little of this and a little of that, and yeah, he's obviously they think it's an amazing story, and they're happily listening in, and they if they question whether this is true or not, none of them dare mention it.
Quick question though. What time of day is it?
It's mid to late afternoon when you arrive.
And do this place have rooms?
Yes, it does.
We were supposed to lay low a couple of days, they said.
Yeah.
So this would be a good place to do so.
It would indeed.
Also, we have to look at our loot. And a room would be better so we don't pour the money all over the table. That would look weird.
And of course, the rooms that they have here, it's very rare, let's put it that way, for an actual inn, however roadsidey or not, to have individual rooms for every guest. So they are, group rooms where with enough cots that you could all bunk there and no problem.
Perfect.
Besides, I don't think that that's going to be much of an issue.
Nah.
You're sharing a room with Baggy.
Well, you share a ship with him.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least then he went down to the other end of the ship.
Yeah, but there's people at the other end of the ship as well.
I wasn't.
They all
That's all-
left to our end of the ship.
And then the ship upturned.
It was a huge ass mess
Look,
to turn the ship
look.
back upside.
How poorly you think of old Baggy.
Yeah, it's horrible,
Look.
isn't it?
It is total injustice. Look, the point is, the simple, cold truth is that some of us are just going to have to get used to being in close proximity to Buggy when he's having one of his little sabbaticals.
Just going to have to get used to being in close proximity to Baggy's penis.
And who knows, you might learn something.
Who knows? Somebody might like it.
Yep, that as well.
Might get to know him intimately.
Just stop.
Oh my god. I
It's
just got
going
an
to-
image. I just got an image of when Felix goes rambunctious on his blanket and stares intently at me.
It's going to come in handy later when someone tries to copy Baggy's looks to be an imposter, and we're like, nope,
Yeah.
don't look
Drop
right
your
now.
trousers. Drop your trousers, I won't believe you. Do it.
Right.
Ha!
Okay, so-
He's an imposter. How can you tell? It doesn't curve slightly to the left.
Baggy's doesn't curve slightly to the left.
What?
Does it curve
Shall we?
slightly to the right?
Shall we?
No,
Can we get back to the issue at hand? And
no. This is good. This is good recording.
Okay.
Curve up
Silent.
or down.
Oh, it's like a pig's tail. It's curly.
Oh God!
I do not need to imagine someone with like a corkscrew penis. That's just
It's your duck.
Too late.
Well, basically, if it's broken enough to the same side.
You guys are the weirdest.
Yes.
On a completely unrelated note, quite apart from Baggy telling tall tales and making new friends at a rapid pace over there, there aren't really. There aren't any other. There isn't much happening. Nobody. Very few people come and go. Apparently, because over the next, what will be a couple of hours, probably only 3 people leave and 4 others arrive. It doesn't seem to be the busiest in the capital.
Yeah, I'm
Well, that's
definitely
only-
challenging someone to a game or something then.
Well, that would actually be to our advantage if no one really comes or goes.
Yep.
But did we find out what time of day it was?
Yeah, I told you.
I
It was
forgot.
It's late afternoon, mid to late afternoon.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
okay.
Well, shall I ask for a room so we have a place to dump our shit in?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Alright. She, if the man has gone back to his bar, she'll go there, but if not, she'll wave him over.
Oh, he comes over. He's the bar is actually just it's a long, wide table really. So he just comes over. Yeah.
Oh, hey. Do you have a room we could get?
Oh, absolutely. There's
Perfect.
a nice, warm, spacious room. If you go out the back that door, you get into the backyard, and then the rooms are on the opposite side. And there's a large one to the left when you enter.
Perfect. Thanks. She gets up and goes in the direction he pointed out.
Yeah.
At least she's not forgetful.
Nope.
Intending on dump all their shit there.
He tells you, by the way, that it's 2 silvers per person per night.
Yes.
It's extortionate.
How many are we again? 5?
5.
Yes.
Yes. She hands him 10 then.
Yep, but that includes full board, obviously. I mean, that's including food.
Yeah, but then it's at least paid for.
Yeah. Drinks are on the side. So, yeah. Those are, but that's small
He's a
change,
smart
basically.
man.
Yeah, small
Because
change.
if they weren't, oh my god,
Mhm.
he'll never do this for any Southlanders again.
Nope. But you guys go there, or at least Ylva goes there to check the room?
I think Sindri might go as well, just so he can drop his stuff off.
Yep. Well,
Yeah, Gilfie will go as well.
Yep, it is indeed, as he said, it's a nice, large, spacious, comfortable room, actually. And there are even, real beds. It's not just, furs or some moldy blankets on the floor. There are actual beds here.
Excellent.
Impressive.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And from the looks of it, the straw isn't actually, it's not gone moldy or anything.
It's at times like this that I wish that this world of yours had its own version of the Ritz, so that I could make that comparison sarcastically, but I can't. So
Yeah.
there you go. It's good.
It's definitely a sort of a. I mean, it's a nice establishment.
Yes.
Well, there was probably a reason we were told to go to this place. Not only to, be able to talk or send a message to the others, but if they actually slept here, it must have been an okay place to sleep.
Is there a window in this room?
Let me see.
We
Yes,
can make
yes,
one.
that would be a window with shutters.
I think Sindri will deliberately pick a bed closest to the window.
Yes.
Ylva eyes him. Why close to the window?
In case I need to see out of it. Good view, hopefully. And if not, then
Well, let's check. She opens the shutters to look.
Well, you look pretty much directly into the back wall. There's a slight space in between, so you can get some sunlight in, but there's a back wall.
fair enough.
Yeah, perfect view, huh?
Absolutely. Besides, if someone comes bursting in through the door, I'll be the furthest away, so I can shoot at them easier.
That is true, that is true. We should probably look at what we got with us from the settlement, though.
Yes.
I would actually like a fresh set of clothes.
We might have to get them tailored.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So
Well, unless you make your clothes yourselves, that really
She
is the
doesn't
only-
know
that-
how to sew.
No, that. But what I mean is that's really the only way to get clothes. There's no off the rack sort of stuff,
No. And even if they did make some kind of standard, here's a standard shirt, it might not fit because they're built a little.
Yep,
Bigger.
exactly.
it'd be a case of
And she's not even built like a woman, she's built like half a tank.
Yeah.
Gilfie might attempt at making clothes.
True. He knows.
He
how
has
to
the
use
skills.
He knows how to use needle and thread. That's true.
Pick out some potato sacks and get started.
I'm
be
not
okay-
wearing potato sacks.
just all you need to do is literally buy some squares or whatever they. Rather than, I don't think they have bolts in this world, but squares of cloth.
Yeah.
And then we can get Gilfie to patch everything as we need.
But they
'cause we'll-
do have bolts of cloth though. They
Okay.
have like,
Yeah, we did see a lot of pretty fabrics in the last city we were in.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Not that she could tell the colors apart, but the patterns were pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine those went down.
So yeah.
What did we find? Or steal? Or get?
Money, first and foremost. I mean, that's really the thing you found.
Yeah, we never got a number on it.
No,
we just
no, that's
took
the
some.
thing. You've stolen you've stolen a sizable sum because it's the what is it called, the village obviously was meant to be
Outpost of sorts.
a taxing station. Really, that was why it was close to the to the road. Was that, you know, people had to pay a road tax to bring goods to and from, and
Oh right, they were taxing the place even though because people had to go through there.
yes, precisely. It's the only road north south through that mountain range, so there's no choice. Meaning that, you know, they could extort money that way from merchants and travelers in general, and they sure as hell did. You have the equivalent of, you know what? Let me just roll something here.
Of 2 silver coins.
No.
Just very big ones.
2,159 silver pieces, the equivalent thereof.
That is a lot of silver.
Yes.
Wow.
Right, we must split this evenly and fairly.
So it is a lot of money.
Fuck! Push to talk! I hate it!
Then don't use it.
You'll get used to it eventually, AJ.
2,900 and what?
2,159.
Oh, that's where I got the 9.
It's roughly
431.8.
yeah, so that would be roughly 431 coins apiece. And then the additional 0.8, I don't know where that goes. Funny, no. That's 4 coins, so I don't know. One person has to be 1 silver less than everyone else.
Or it's in coppers?
It's in cut silver, actually. That's its weight. Southlanders work primarily on the basis of coin weight.
Yes.
Whereas,
Yeah, but we're into glass, so that
yes,
doesn't really
which
work.
is also no, that's true, but that's I'm giving it I'm giving you the equivalent in Southlander coinage.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's there's a lot of gold there, meaning that obviously because for you cough for you the system is inverted, so that gold
silver
is
is worth more than gold.
Silver
for
is
us.
the primary, gold is secondary, so you can do the math yourselves how many gold pieces there are. A lot. You did bring a cart to haul most of this, and you've been hauling.
Yes.
Yes.
We are rich people.
We're hoarders. Dragons. Rawr.
But
you know what?
There's just over 20,000 gold pieces.
Wow.
Holy crap.
They're not large. Gold pieces are small.
That serves their purpose, I suppose.
Yes.
So, where do you write money? I know I found a place for it before.
Wealth.
Oh, there's a tab for it. Lol.
So the 431.8 was what we got each.
Yes.
Wow.
It is. It is a fortune. You've just become very wealthy people.
I suppose
Yeah.
that's part of the reason we did this.
Yes, I think might behoove us to get some really good equipment at this point.
We already have the best equipment, though.
In some cases, in terms of armor,
We're
yes.
Southlanders. So in terms of anything made of metal.
Yes, but in terms of anything made of anything else, I mean, for example, I imagine I can probably get a really good pair of leather boots here. I'm obsessing over, in fantasy, I must admit, I'm obsessing over getting boots for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, or maybe
Fetish.
a better longbow or something. I don't
That
know.
is entirely possible.
Oh, that would probably be possible.
Yes, we shall
I
see.
imagine they're better archers than we are generally.
They would have to make it to spec because of your height. It has to be,
Of
a
course.
longbow has to be made individually. But yeah,
Well,
certainly.
we are definitely spending on planning some time here. Good grief.
Totally.
We are planning on spending some time here.
Yes.
So I think we'll have a time for them to hand make the items we may be needing for the future.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
That was what I was thinking. Therefore, now they've been kind of patching the clothes up they have for who knows how many months. So a spare set of clothing wouldn't be that bad.
Might see if we can.
Something like that.
If Ilva suggests that in character, Sindri's suggestion is that if they are going to order new clothes, they should do it as a group in bulk rather than individually, so that we can all reliably get new clothes at the same time.
Good. Then you can tell me what colors they're trying to give me. I've been good at light and dark colors, but I still can't tell the small nuances apart.
Would you prefer a lighter or a darker set of clothes?
Darker.
All right.
Which color?
Oh god, did you get in here too? Holy shit, I didn't see you, Frothy.
No one wanted to play games with me.
Ah,
Yes.
I'll
Also,
take a game with you a little later.
yes, Frothy. Well done. Asking a colorblind person what their color they'd like to have their clothes. Well done.
She wasn't born colorblind. She knows the colors.
Yes, that's well. Even so, it might be considered a little bit tasteless.
She asked us to help. She asked to tell us what she wants, otherwise we can't tell her.
That's true. That's why I asked, would she prefer lighter or darker? Although I suspect we're both a little in this one, so...
Nah, I think.
Ilva looks from one to the other, waits for them to stop bickering.
Hey, Sindri was very diplomatic about it, saying we're both kind of dicks about it. Let's actually find out what Ilva wants, and that's the important thing.
I'd like some earthy colors. Browns. Maybe something blue.
All right. Okay, we shall have to ask everyone else what they'd like.
Yeah, but we should probably wait till tomorrow. It's already getting late.
True enough.
I'll
mean,
put these in bags and hand it over to the others.
Sindri holds out a hand a minute and says, which person is going to be getting that one less coin than everyone else? Because it's not going to be me, I swear, I promise you.
Nah, that'll be me.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm sure, otherwise I wouldn't say it.
I mean, that could be me as well. I wouldn't mind.
Strange. I mean, if it had been, as I say, if it had been me, I'd have fought tooth and nail to get that extra coin.
It's money. We can always steal some more.
True, but I don't think one can ever have enough money.
That's why I'm taking one less this time. You can take one less next time, Frothy, if you're so eager.
Sure.
Right.
Now come play with me.
Yes. She takes the bags. I'm pretty sure they have taken and divided them out in the bags.
That's probably,
And then put them on the other cots.
that's probably what took the time. I mean,
Yep.
but-
So yeah.
So this area is not locked, is it?
Nope.
Might be a bad idea to just leave money around.
True, we should probably just give them the bags.
Well, if you want, I can stay here. I'm not planning on going back downstairs. Until
Well,
tomorrow.
isn't it only Baggy who isn't in the room right now? Gilfy followed us.
Yep. Only buggy. There's
Well, since me and Frothy are going to play anyway, I can take one with me to Baggy.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go, brother. And then she walks out again.
I think he smiles at that.
Well,
That-
he is her adopted brother.
Yeah. And then I think he calls after her. Do you want to be attack or defense?
What?
He's playing Tafel with you, I think.
Well, I'm not good at defending.
So, do you want a challenge or
I just want to beat your ass. Come on.
gonna have to work hard on that then?
Nah. That's pretty easy. How fast can you run?
Ah!
I'd say, yeah, you need a game to do that.
Ah, you want a sparring match?
Of course.
No wrestling though.
Boo. And now you're probably gonna tell me I can't use my hammer either, right?
I think it's best for my health if you don't.
I can hit you in. I could use the flat end.
It's a hammer. It's all flat end.
Best for my health if you
No,
don't.
it's one side. Is a
Fine,
spike.
I'll use my mace.
Perhaps we should find some practice weapons.
Boo. She
What?
gives
Are you a
Becky
child?
She gives Becky his sack. That sounded wrong.
I
Baggy
refuse.
just
Bag.
looks at her dumbfounded.
I refuse to
Here you
comment.
go.
What's this?
Payment.
And I'm supposed to do what with this? At this point in time, what am I supposed to do with it? Why is it standing here on the table and not locked away in our room or
Because
something?
the room cannot be locked. So it would be stupid to leave it behind there.
So we have to carry this around with us. What kind of tavern is this if there's no lock on the doors? That's just
He
silly.
shrugs. It is also a communal room, so I guess that's why.
They seem to have good beds though.
Yeah, I did pay for the night, so it's fine. It's
Fine.
the room, and then she gives him the description what room it is.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll carry this with me then.
I mean, the
It's
people.
it's safer with you than it is in the room.
That's true. The people that you're sitting there with, Baggy, take one look at this clinking, chinking bag of money. It's just been placed on the table in front of you, and
Well,
they,
I gave it to him, in his hands.
well,
He just
okay,
dropped
but
it on the table.
whether that happens in one way or another, they can hear the clinking and the chinking. That's the point. And
It's the best song they know.
and they just stare at you. I mean, that even if that was the smallest coinage out there, small itty bitty pieces of broken copper pieces, it would still be a sizable sum.
Baggy sees their looks and says, Don't worry, I'll buy the first round for the evening.
Oh, wow! That's thank you. That's incredibly generous. They I mean, it's pretty clear that they didn't actually expect anything like that. They were simply impressed by the amount of wealth.
They were just awestruck.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, but Baggy doesn't. That didn't register for Baggy as much as maybe they were expecting him to
Pay.
be the Baggy he always is.
Yes.
Well,
Also, sorry, go ahead.
Silva, when he's done bitching that she gave him the bag, turns to Frode. Now, let me go beat you up a little. And heads outside.
Right. Well, if we can find something to substitute, actual killing weapons.
Oh, that's easy enough.
Well, you could always use your weapon, and I can only use my shield if that works.
I wouldn't mind having a proper practice duel. I just don't want to die.
Yeah, that's why I'm offering to have a huge handicap. Then she grins very smugly.
Right. I think I shall offer not to grill you alive then.
Ooh, you could try.
I don't think you would look nice with burns.
I don't think I care how I look.
Might also smell. Have you smelled what hair smells like when it burns?
It's only temporarily.
Yeah, but I'll be standing right next to you.
Alright. Can't be stinky for you.
Right.
So,
I want to do some rolls just to see if I can actually beat her.
of course.
Hey, maybe we can find a couple of sticks from a nearby tree. I have a ton of trees here.
Yeah, and I mean, if we look at the picture, they have weird poles sticking out of the ground we could use.
The only sad thing is, they can also, go under her weapon proficiency with anything that's mace-like.
Yeah. So, what do we do?
Yay! Find a stick.
You can find sticks, and you can find sticks that can substitute for swords, or for clubs, and maces, or,
Though I
Whatever
think the
was.
people walking around looks weird when we're pulling sticks out of the ground.
You don't really need to. They're lying around as well,
Oh my god, they have a ton of firewood in the streets!
Yep,
What the hell are they thinking?
They do.
Ilva seems outraged.
They have a lot of fire and a lot of fire. Yeah, they have.
Yeah, they have a lot of fire when we leave. Yeah, we know.
They have a lot of wood in general in Tiaglas. You've noticed.
Yes, I think Thrody nods and says, yeah, they have more wood than they know what to do with. Should give some of it to us.
Yeah, they should. I don't think they will though.
They will eventually.
She eyes him to see what he meant with that.
That's
Then
dark.
realizes, we're probably gonna win at some point, and then she nods. Yeah, that's right. So you wanted to
Alright.
roll to see if you could actually beat her.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we take this in turns, I guess.
Yes.
Shall
yes,
we
you do.
roll initiative?
Well, who's got the highest move of the two of you?
Probably her, but let's look.
My speed is 6.
Mine is 5.5.
Yep. Then she moves first.
What is with us and words today?
Pipe,
Blah
boom.
blah 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 blah.
I cannot the words.
Hakkalokkalakkalang.
Yes.
Oh, it could also just be a 2-year-old trying to say some words she's never said before.
Flurble, gobble, bulble.
I remember my niece all heard me talking about this RP, and she tried to say frothy. It sounded so cute.
He is cute.
She didn't say it right, but it sounded so cute. Anyway,
Yes.
want me to beat you up?
Yes, that's what we talked about.
Yay, I hit nothing.
Oh, I won't bother trying to block then.
It was probably slippery, so she actually loses it. Her clutchiness coming through. Yay!
Well, I shall see if I can hit you then.
She looks at her hand. Slippery.
Do you want to try to block?
I can try. No.
Haha!
Okay. Well.
Ow.
You land a good punch. Or blow, rather, not a punch, since you're not fighting fisticuffs. You're... Wow, what the hell?
Because I roll high, I have no idea what I'm doing. 2, 6, 6, and 4, 6, 6. This is not going well. Well, let's see if I can hit him back.
Yes.
Oh, I don't assume I want to roll any damage.
Go,
Ow. I want to try to block that.
go, go!
No.
No. You can also roll 14.
Yes.
It's 4, 4, 6.
So you
I'm
land a
better
good...
at parrying, actually.
You land a good blow on her, and just as you're feeling smug about getting, landing the first punch, then whack.
Ow!
Maybe it was just because she lost this, then he hits her over the shoulder or something. She looks at him while he's going ha 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 and whacks him.
Well, let's see if I can return the favor. Haha!
And you block.
Oh no, that was an attack.
Yeah.
Or she can block.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's parrying rather than blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
But no, she's actually better with the two-handed warhammer instead of the maces.
I can tell that Thrody is actually also better at parrying than blocking.
Well, hers is 9/9.
In
So
any
there's not
case,
really
guys,
any
since
problem.
we're not rolling damage, you could conceivably keep this going for the next hour or
Well,
so.
if I were rolling damage, you would go down. So I'm not trying to kill him.
Exactly.
God damn
The point being that you guys are probably marking hits more than actually
Yeah,
hitting.
jabbing.
Yeah, exactly. And considering that you have a pretty good back and forth, and
Well, I just wanted to show that, I'm no pushover.
yes, the thing, however, is that you were going out to find these pieces of wood. I'm guessing that you're fighting in the backyard.
Something like that.
Somewhere where we're not in the way or accidentally kill someone walking by.
Yes, that would be the backyard then. No problem.
Oh my god.
So, it's by this time it's definitely it's early evening. Food is probably going to be a thing soon. Exactly. The innkeeper comes over to your table again and says, I'm sorry, I don't have any more interesting fare than what's in the pot already, but yeah, I can arrange something better for tomorrow. It's not a problem.
This is good, Sindri says. A little bit tersely, but he says he means it.
Yep. Yes,
It's
thank you.
it's Sindri. Even if he means it genuinely, he sounds like a grump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because he is one.
Mm-hmm. I only know one guy grumpier than him.
The thing is, he says I don't normally have many visitors for, variety of reasons. So I don't normally make, big fancy dinners because it'll most likely go to waste. But if I have a big pot of something stirring for days, then, it'll last for a good long while. But if you are planning to stay here for a little while, then I can probably arrange something. Now he looks to you guys for, some kind of...
Oh, right, he spoke South.
Yeah, he does. He speaks Southland.
Yes, I was like, well, I don't speak. Oh, I do. We were planning on staying for a while, weren't we?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we're planning on staying for a little while.
Very well. I'll see what I can come up with tomorrow. He makes sure that, you have nice big portions of food, even for, Southlanders. There's enough food there. It's not like he's skimping on the helpings.
Well,
All right.
He probably knows better.
Yeah, he does, and it's a sort of it's a stew, made with various kinds of meat, some pork. There's some lamb in there as well. You can tell it's boiled with beer from the taste of it, and it's actually pretty okay. Some herbs, local herbs. It's pretty okay. And there's bread with it, obviously, so that you can, use that to gather up the sauce at the bottom of the bowl afterwards, because that has to happen.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
It's filling.
it is.
Yes.
It is filling, and it's filling, and it's
Warm. We haven't had warm food in a while.
exactly, and it's just it's easy to relax here, especially since you're not really getting bothered by anyone.
And I hope there's no bacon in it because I've smelled enough stinking bacon after we burned the last city down.
Nope, no bacon. No bacon.
Good.
Some ham, but still.
Yeah. Doesn't smell like burnt flesh.
Nope. Nope.
I think it'd be a bit awkward if it did.
Yep.
So yeah, you you eat. Do you want to do anything else with the rest of the evening, or you want to wait until the next day, or what do you want to do?
I forgot to spend XP.
Yeah,
Well,
It's
I
probably
was-
better.
you can do that before next time.
Yes.
Well, I think Thrody would still like to play Tuffle with someone.
Yeah, well,
Sure.
You can definitely, if none of the other players will play with him, there are people there, locals, who will, be happy to play. Although you will need to explain the rules to them, but they're fine with
Sounds
that.
good.
Are we talking Tafel?
Yeah.
Baggy would absolutely join.
Right.
In that
Actually-
case,
Sucks at it.
in that case, you have locals watching you because new game, funny, interesting.
I think since he doesn't speak the language just yet, Thrody will tell Baggy eventually to let them know that if they're interested in trying, he would be happy to play them.
Yeah, Baggy conveys that message.
Several of them would love to try it. I mean, it's pretty clear that to them it looks like a fun game, and it's one of them explains to you that they play various games as well, dice games, and they have one where they throw specially carved pieces of wood, and basically, from the way he explains it, it sounds like a variety of your own tossing piglets. It's the same sort of thing. So yeah, it's just basically a nice, comfortable evening with friendly people who really do take to you, so to say. I mean, they treat you well.
That's nice. If they have some of those local games nearby, Thrody would love to play them.
Yeah, sure, they are happy to explain how.
Gaming Horizon.
They have one game that you haven't seen before, where they take 5 pieces of wood. They're like small. They're sticks, but they can stand on their own. They're not cone shaped, but they do stand upright. And then they have a long stick. It's about as high as one of you guys, actually, with a long thin piece of string attached to it, and then there's a round piece of wood attached to the bottom of the string, and you have to the long stick is stuck into the ground, and then you grab the ball. And you have to aim it so that when you let go of it, it'll swing and knock over the 5 pieces of wood standing up. They tell you that it gets harder the more drunk you are.
Lol.
I imagine I also experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
The inn seemed to have quite a lot of.
The thing is, it's simple enough to knock over 3 or even 4 of them, but the 5th one just is bloody elusive and just never wants to go, because they are placed far enough apart that there's no way where one pass of the ball can knock all of them over. So you have to calculate the backswing, which is really hard.
Yes, I imagine so. I think, if you don't mind, I'll roll a games roll just to see how well
Go
I
ahead.
do.
Go ahead.
You can do it. Lose to the local.
No, you do
Aw.
fine. You do fine. You pick up on it pretty quickly, but you can certainly see why this is again, you win one of these games against one of them because you pick up on it, and you also quickly realize that, yeah, if you'd had a few tankards of ale, or a good horn of mead or something, no fucking way would you have been able to do that, because you would have been cross-eyed. So this is pretty much the perfect drunk game, providing people don't have short tempers.
Haha.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds fun.
So you all have a really pleasant, fun evening with new friends and such.
Mm.
Excellent. You know what?
Might be
Right now we've passed 1 hour, so let us have our first break, and we will be back with more of the Long Voyage after that. So please don't go anywhere.